and welcome back to Let's Review It. I'm super excited today because I am testing the new Mercedes-Benz C43 AMG Coupe. When I told people I was doing this test, I was immediately met with negativity, and everyone was saying things like, oh, it's not a proper AMG because it's not made in a hermetically sealed airtight room with some guy in a white lab coat called Herman signing every part as it's put on. So before we start this review, I'll ask you all a question. Do you know what AMG stands for? Didn't think so. So is this facelifted C43 a real AMG? Well, let's find out. The C43 AMG is powered by a 3 litre V6 bi-turbo producing 385 brake horsepower. Not the traditional V8 powertrain you'd expect from the 63, but this thing does sound amazing. It sounds like a mini V12. Entry-level AMGs are now differentiated from the rest of the range with this satin finished aluminium twin spar AMG grille, and that's not to be mistaken for the vertically slatted grille that you'd see on the 63 and the GT models. The 43's redesigned front end is lit with new multi-beam headlights and trimmed with some new shiny bits and aero. Ooh. Around the back, the C43's been given a bit of a nip tuck, retaining the original lip spoiler, AMG badges and lights, but the addition of shotgun pipes and a new air diffuser. So for anyone that's driven a C-Class before, the interior will feel quite familiar. They've carried over the centre console, most of the dashboard elements from the previous model, which is a shame. Would have been a good excuse to update them. Also, would have been nice to see the centre console controls maybe out of the new A-Class or the CLS, but again, it is just a facelift model. What's really great about this particular car is that it has inherited the new AMG steering wheel and the new digital dash, which looks fantastic. But enough about that, let's get out, do some driving. All the current cars in the Mercedes-Benz range come with dynamic select. It's controlled using a switch here on the dash, and effectively what that allows you to do is change the car's comfort settings using a predetermined set of settings that the factory have programmed into the car, and we're currently in comfort, and to be honest, you know, you probably wouldn't notice the difference between this and a standard C-Class. The only real difference is the fact that you've got this different steering wheel, the digital dials with AMG plastered across them, and a slightly stiffer ride, but beyond that it feels very, very similar. Amazingly, cruising around at 50 miles an hour, we were able to achieve a respectable 30 miles to the gallon. But that ain't why you came to watch this video, is it? Look, let's be honest, you didn't come here to watch this video to hear me talk about 30 miles to the gallon and soft, wafty suspension and saving the environment. You came here to find out what an AMG is really like and to find out whether the C43 is really an AMG. Jekyll and Hyde, I'm telling you. You push that one button and it goes from this lovely, quaint, unassuming, wafty C-Class to this four-wheel drive rip-snorting arsehole. Ah! So planted. In manual, the gear changes are so much faster, or seem so much faster than the previous model. And the grip! Sounds very similar to the previous model. On the overrun, sounds maybe a little bit better. The steering's fantastic as well. The new steering wheel really feels great. I like the square edges. And the flashing on the dash. Flashes up red when you need to change. well, to place the C43 in the marketplace, I mean, how many saloon cars and coupes are there out there with a 6-cylinder V6 turbo engine these days? BMW M2? But let's face it, if you've got a BMW on your drive, people think you're a hoodlum. If you've got an Audi on your drive, people think you've got a calculator in your jacket pocket. If you've got a Mercedes on the driveway, people think you're a successful. Yeah, I like that. And the other thing I think that this car would be perfect for is as a getaway car. 4-wheel drive, turbo, sounds great. Certainly be cool in a car chase. Maybe the saloon version would be a little bit more practical for that. So what I'm saying then is the C43 is in fact the perfect car for the respectable criminal. Yeah. So here's a scenario for the respectable getaway driver. You've evaded the police and now it's time to go incognito. So with a few pushes of the dynamic button, we go into comfort mode. Nothing to see here, just a respectable gentleman driving my honest C-Class. No noise, no emissions, no animals falling from the trees. I haven't done anything wrong. You should be looking for a BMW driver instead. So, 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds, right? Let's see, shall we? Obviously we're doing this on a disused airfield with no one about. Okay, so we are in Sport Plus, noise exhaust on, and I'm going to take out manual, leave dynamic suspension on. Okay, we're good. No launch control in this car, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so a little bit of gas. Let's go. A lot faster than 4.7 seconds to me. I reckon on its day this would have a C63. Maybe not a car for people with back problems, this. So, what do we think? Should you buy a C43 over a C63? Well, if you've got the money, the C63 does have a V8, does have more horsepower, does have really nice flared arches, and it does carry all of the hallmarks of the AMG brand, but you know, it's 30 grand more. For me, the best thing about this car is its adaptability. You could drive this around town, you could drive this to work and still get reasonable mileage if you really care about that sort of thing. But then you can flick it into Sport Plus and you can have a bit of a hoon at the weekend. And available in both a saloon and an estate version, you know, for those of you that care about practicality, you know, it's perfect, it's the perfect blend. So then, is the C43 a proper AMG? Well, we've talked a lot about the comparison between the C43 and the C63, and at 55,000 versus 85,000, it's a lot more affordable for the average person. Plus, it's available in a saloon, an estate, a coupe and a convertible, which covers most marketplaces, and as I said earlier on, it'll make the perfect getaway car. For me, the entry-level AMG range is a compromise for those of us who want class, performance and practicality in a single affordable package, and the C43 AMG does exactly that. So what does AMG actually stand for then? Well, for those of you who guessed Alfred Melcher Grobspach, well done, kudos. AMG's thesis is about combining luxury and performance, but mainly it's about how the car makes you feel. And how does this car make you feel? Well, you're going to have to find out for yourself. Thanks for watching.